Check it. Alright fam, what up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, SPY, and Bitcoin. We got the news for SPY. What is going on? We're going to be looking at possible China contagion as well. We're going to be exploring that. We have the news and information that you need to know as a trader and investor. We're also going to be looking at AMC. What is going on with AMC? Will the pain ever stop? Will we see a bottom? We're going to be looking at possible price targets and numbers. We're going to be looking at the technicals. AMC completely oversold on every single metric. We're going to be talking about what happened today and the explanation for why the price did drop, what we could see in the future. We're going to be looking at GameStop as well. And again, this video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Let's waste no more time and hop in the charts, the facts, and the data. What's up? You are back for another video. Ape and Apeettes, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and hop in the charts. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. We're going to be looking at Bitcoin, SPY, AMC, and GME in this video, giving you guys your daily update and prediction. And again, we do go live every single day, so if you want to check that out, you guys can check that out during market hours. Let's go ahead and hop into Bitcoin, showing you guys what's going on for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is going to be short and sweet. We did identify this bear flag here earlier in the stream, which called for more downside on BTC. So you can see BTC tried to break out of that 43.5 level that we said it would be moving up to. It did get rejected from that level and then got pushed down here earlier in the day. Overall consolidated in a bear flag and then made another move to the downside, which we expected it to do. We really want BTC to hold the $42,000 level even, because we don't want it to break much lower than that, because it would lose critical support and resistance out of this overall bullish pennant that you see here. If you make a move to the upside and then consolidate in a pennant shape like this that is bullish, we are going to probably see another move to the upside marked by this white dotted line here. Let's see if we can break 43,800 on BTC, which would be a significant move because this is our previous highest high since that 49K level. So if we can get above that 43,800 level, that's going to be a decent move for BTC. I do think overall this is a healthy pullback for Bitcoin, because if you go ahead and look on the monthly time frame, when in doubt, zoom out. We did get outside of the bands, and again, when you're outside of the bands, you want price to come back inside the bands. Price always stays inside the band, so when it comes out, it is going to be forced back inside. And these are a way to tell if something is too far deviated away from its moving averages. As you can see, we did get outside the bands and we are now back inside the band. So again, I think this is a healthy overall pullback and consolidation for BTC to continue this overall uptrend, breaking out of this falling wedge that we've been tracking since 2021. Literally been tracking this since 2021, this falling wedge here. Breakout, Bitcoin starts making higher highs, doing the overall uptrend that it's supposed to be making. And I think this continuation will happen. Green monthly MACD, Bitcoin looking good for that bull run that we are looking for. And I think that BTC is actually going to be one of the best investment opportunities in our generation's lifetime. Again, this is not financial advice. Please do your own research before investing. But that is what we're looking at for BTC. Again, once Bitcoin really starts getting up in those higher levels, you will see altcoins start to take off, especially once we get into that euphoria range. But there are some altcoins doing very, very well. You can see for the month up 80%, 70%, here up 100%. And then for the year, some altcoins doing insane as well, up 1,000%, up 1,000%. So there are massive gains to be had in the crypto land if you know where to be. Sol's up 300%, Bitcoin's up 83%. Again, if you know where to be, massive gains to be had. ADA up 25%. Let's go ahead and go into SPY, showing you guys what's going on for SPY. Let's go ahead and start on the smaller time frames and then work our way out. On the smaller time frames, we are expecting downside. You guys can see that we do have an hourly MACD of red. I did predict this over the weekend with the weekly update and prediction, letting you guys know that most likely we would have a red Monday, and that's exactly what we're seeing here, as we did see the daily red candle print. We did get a red candle print here on Monday. I said most likely Monday and Tuesday we're going to see bearishness. ISM numbers did come out, but that didn't really affect anything. ISM came out a little bit higher than the previous numbers. We do have the China stock market being halted. This is some news for you guys. I do want to incorporate news in the video, giving you guys more information and adding more value into the videos. China's stock market was tipped to halt. Again, the market has moved lower for 5 straight sessions, slumping nearly 180 points or 6.7% along the way. So basically, the Evergrande situation is causing contagion and also spreading into the stock market. The stock market in China is not doing good. Now, this is not the U.S. stock market, but this will affect the U.S. stock market, believe it or not. I do think this could possibly spread contagion. Will we see anything in the immediate short term? I don't think so. But guys, this is showing things that are not so rosy as people tend to think. Also, the Fed did output the narrative that we do have to be cautious on the rates. We have to remember that. I really don't know why people want the rates to be cut, because inflation is not gone. Inflation has to be gone for the rates to be cut. The Fed cannot cut the rates with inflation out of control as it is. Again, even though the CPI or CPI data shows us one thing, we all know when we go to that gas pump, when we go to the grocery store, when we go out to buy things, we go out to eat and have fun, the inflation is not gone, okay? So they're saying 3.3%. We know it's not gone, okay? So let's go ahead and not get these rate cuts, do what we need to do, and this is what's going to cause the excess liquidity to come out of the market and cause the bubble that we are in to burst. Again, there's still a lot of excess liquidity swashing around. If you go ahead and look at the M2 money supply, go ahead and show you guys the M2 money supply. This is the U.S. money supply. So if I go ahead and show you guys this USM2 and type that in, you guys will see that there's still a ton of extra money that has not come out of the system printed from that 2020 run during the C flu. So we had that event where we printed a ton of money, seen all that liquidity come out of the system, and because guys can see that it's actually going back up because they have been printing money, quote unquote, quantitative easing to the upside, which is, again, printing money. So they are not stopping printing. Guys, this is cause for calamity, and this is why the dollar continually lose value and why I believe Bitcoin is going to be one of the best investments. As the dollar continually lose value, Bitcoin continually gains value. If you go ahead and look at some of this is just an easy way to visualize what that looks like. Again, the dollar losing value, Bitcoin gaining value, and that's why I believe Bitcoin is going to be one of the best investments. But let's go ahead and go back into the technicals for SPY, and what we can see, Bollinger Band starting to constrict again. For the short term, I'm expecting more downside. As you guys can see, we do have this sloping resistance. If we did see a break above the sloping resistance, you could see a pop to the upside to about 496, causing a possible double top. A little bit of mixed signals here because we do have green MACD on the daily and green MACD on the 4-hour, but it is curling down. If the 4-hour does manage to flip red, you're going to see a definite downside for SPY, and if SPY breaks below the key levels of 491.50, you're going to be definitely seeing some downside for SPY. So watch this level, 491.50. If this level is lost, SPY is going to start pulling down hard. So just remember that, 491.50. If that is lost, SPY is going to start moving to the downside in a big way. Almost lost it today, came back above, holding that as support. So we're going to be watching that tomorrow. As far as what I think we could see, I will show you guys my price path prediction on what we could see here in pre-market, and you guys can tune into the live stream to see if it tracked. The one from earlier did track. The one from earlier from Monday did track very, very well. So you guys can tune in to see if it does come in this way. So this is what we're looking at for SPY. I do think we're going to see a possible rejection from this sloping resistance, not being able to break above that, and then see an overall push to the downside as SPY starts to continue in a downward manner. And again, we are taking full advantage of this in the Discord. We are 100% hit rate for the trades as of right now. So this is your price path prediction. Again, you guys can tune in. Let's go ahead and give you guys a little bit of more of a macro view, showing you guys what's going on for SPY. Again, even if SPY did go up, not much room to run. You can see that RSI is at 65 on the daily. RSI is still overbought on the weekly, and normally this correlates with bigger moves to the downside. When you see RSI get this overbought, you see this 10% correction here, this larger correction here when RSI got that overbought over here. So normally when we get this overbought on the weekly time frame, you see a correction. So if SPY starts to lose these levels, you're going to see a movement down in a big way. Also, we have bearish divergence as price continually keeps trending up and RSI is trending down. So we do have bearish divergence on the daily time frame, and this will play out in a big way as well, literally setting SPY up for a massive pullback, about 10, maybe even 20% or more, especially if some of that contagion starts to spill over that we're seeing from the other markets. So guys, this is what we're looking at for SPY in the overall markets. Let's go ahead into the nitty gritty of the meme stocks and show you guys what's going on for meme stocks, AMC and GME. AMC and GME did take a beating today. They literally were dumping shares all day on GME. Right now they have 45,000 shares available to short for GME. Also, AMC took a massive hit today, down about 8% for the day. They did have 0 shares available to borrow. Right now they do have 15,000. That could change as early as of this morning coming up on Tuesday. So you're going to want to tune in to get the numbers for that as well. Cost to borrow is starting to slightly see some green candles because they are borrowing more and more, trying to short this thing down because they desperately do not want it up. There's a decent gamma ramp for AMC, and this is why I believe, me personally, why I believe they don't want it up. If you look at $4, we have 6,000 calls expiring the money, but what's even more scary than that is the 37,000 calls we have expiring money at the $5 level. Between $5, there's the $4.50 level as well, which could help give us a gamma ramp. If we did get above $4, you would definitely see a push towards $5, especially being the fact that AMC's max pain is $4.50. This is how I know the gamma ramp, the call option chain is loaded, because AMC's max pain is $4.50. So they would definitely see a pump to the upside if we get to the $4 level, which could easily take us to $5, $6, so on and so forth. You guys get the picture. So they really want to try to fight and keep us below $4 this week. So what they did early in the week was try to push AMC down as much as possible, literally dumping all of those short shares onto AMC. So that's what we're looking at for AMC. I'm going to go into the technicals for GME and then finish up with technicals for AMC. But as far as the data sets and what's going on for shares available to borrow, cost to borrow, things like that, that's what's going on for AMC. GME short interest sitting at about 22.49%. AMC short interest is sitting at about 9.62%. And also another trade that I am possibly looking at, another stock that I am possibly looking at, is Rumble. A little bit of bonus here for you guys. Right here is a possible bull flag that Rumble's in. Accumulation range between the 673 and 715 level right here. These two gold bars kind of accumulate in between there. Wait for this pop to the upside and start selling off at the support up here. I do think Rumble is going to be seeing a pop to the upside. MACD starting to curl up on the 4-hour time frame. It is a high risk because you have multiple gap fills to the downside. So if this thing slips, you could see a lot of downside. High risk, but there is a decent amount of reward. Rumble's cost to borrow is at about 150% right now. So it's absolutely insane. And it's sitting on about 12% short interest. So decent amount of short interest for a possible short squeeze. And if you look at RUM's cost to borrow, if we go ahead and look at RUM cost to borrow, I'll show you guys what's going on with that. Cost to borrow sitting, RUM short interest sitting at about 13%. And then if we go ahead and look at RUM cost to borrow, it's sitting at about 105% as of right now. So that's what we're looking at for Rumble. And again, a little bit of bonus for you guys. I do think this stock has potentialities. It has a lot of risk because these downside gaps, but a lot of reward, especially if you did see a short squeeze. Let's go ahead and go into the technicals for GameStop and then technicals for AMC. So GameStop looking bullish, in my personal opinion, for the short term. Okay, looking bullish in my personal opinion for the short term to reverse from this bottom. Okay, so we can see GameStop came down to 1340. There was a gap fill down here at about 1386, had to get filled. Ironically, there's another gap up there now. So there's a gap fill to the upside, which is bullish. What I think we're going to have to do tomorrow, though, is come back down and retest $13.40. So I think we're going to have to test that tomorrow early in the morning. And then we could see a move back up to about $13.87, maybe even $14 as early as tomorrow. There's multiple gap fills to the upside. GameStop will recover. I think this is going to be the low for GameStop. We have a ton of support here at these lower ranges that it's at right now. If we did lose support, no, we just have a lot of support right here, guys. We have a ton of support. It's outside of the Bollinger Band still on some of these higher time frames. It's extremely oversold on a lot of time frames. 2-hour time frame, we're at 31, so not yet oversold, but oversold on the hourly time frame. It's at 26 on the half-hour time frame. On 15-minute time frame, we just got out of oversold. So we have a ton of room to run back to the upside. I think what we're going to do tomorrow is consolidate and then retest that 1340, getting a move back to the upside. If GME can hold 1350 as early as the morning, then we could just probably see a move straight to the upside, but we have to hold that 1350 level. That way we can move back towards 1380 and then 1474 gap fill up here. I think we could fill this gap fill tomorrow and then possibly this gap fill the day after. But if GameStop starts to get some momentum, you could see a big move to the upside. Right now, we do have 45,000 shares available to borrow. They are going to want to use those, and that could change as early as this morning, the next morning coming up. But this is what I'm looking at for GME. And then as far as the macro is concerned, it's the same thing as always, guys. We're still on track. We're still tracking for that higher low. As long as GameStop doesn't make a lower low than the $11.83, we're still tracking as far as everything is concerned with the market cycle psychology and the falling wedge as well. Falling wedge could actually come all the way down for a retest and still be bullish. Like we could come all the way down to like $7, which I don't think is going to happen. I'm just saying. But we do want to start seeing an overall uptrend if we did retest. And then as far as right now, we do want to make that higher low and just continue this uptrend breaking out of the falling wedge. So that's what we're looking at for the macro on GameStop. Now let's go ahead and go into AMC. We did already cover the numbers. Let's go and show you guys what I expect as far as tomorrow morning, and you guys can tune in to see if we did track. I do want to shorten up this prediction slightly. I'm actually going to redo this prediction because it just looks terrible. So I'm going to give you guys your daily prediction right here with your price path and then show you guys what is to be expected. So AMC is going to obviously consolidate in pre-market. It's going to retest $3.60, 100%. And it's going to do what it does every morning, guys. Unfortunately, that's what it's going to do. It's going to do what it does every single morning. It's been doing this every morning for quite some time. So I believe this is what we're going to see continuing to happen for AMC. Unfortunately, this is something we have to deal with because of the short shares available to borrow. Now, they don't have that many shares available to borrow as of right now. I will show you guys what they are holding, but this could change as early as the morning. They hold 15,000 right now. If that stays the same, okay? If that stays the same and they only get maybe like 50,000, 100,000, we could see this bullish recovery back to the upside for AMC. If GameStop starts to recover back to the upside, we could see a bullish recovery for AMC. But if everything stays status quo, you're going to see this in the morning. 100%, you're going to see a dump to the downside, retesting $3.60, and then start working your way back to the upside. You're going to have to see that in the morning. It just is what it is on AMC as of right now. And right now, we don't have any dilution. We don't have anything like that. There's no news from Adam Aaron about anything like that. What I do anticipate happened here was that what I said early in the video. We did get dumped down in the morning. They wanted to push this thing down because we do have the gamma ramp and everything that I explained, so on and so forth. And again, so far as technicals, we don't have anything as far as patterns forming anything as just yet. We could see a possible double bottom off of this $3.60 level. Historical lows for AMC is $3.60. Before the reverse split, that was the lowest low. So if we go below this, we're literally in no man's land. The next support would be $3.50. But if we go below this, you would definitely go into price discovery mode, and that could drop us down quite some bit. So be prepared for anything. Again, this stock is not for the faint of heart. If you want security, if you want safety, if you want a guaranteed decent play with the minimum amount of risk that you could take with investing, which all investments take risk, then buy something safe like Bitcoin. Maybe get some SPY with some SQQ to hedge it, or maybe just get SQQ because you're thinking that something might pan out, that you're not seeing too much certainty in the market, so you think that it might pull back. But if this isn't for you, it isn't for you. We understand, again, you have to have the mindset of zero or MOAS for this thing. You have to have the mindset of it going to absolutely nothing in your portfolio or going to life-changing money, but nothing in between. Literally, this is not for the faint of heart, and I understand if you're depressed or hurt about it, but guys, we have to stick together and do what we have to do. If not, we're not going to be able to make it out of the depression phase and get the gap fills to the upside, get the bullish divergence that we see in AMC playing out, because we see price dropping down, we see RSI trending up, and that will play out. It will turn around, and you will see a push up. You will see these gaps get filled. 100% gaps get filled. The only way those gaps want to get filled if they pushed it below $1 for longer than 52 consecutive trading weeks and got the thing wiped off the map with a reverse split, taking it to basically zero. So that would be zero in that scenario. These gaps are going to get filled. Again, either MOAS, rally, gains, or zero for this stock. Guys, this was the video. If you found it important, go ahead and drop a like. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. You can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. Hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Twitter. Link down below in the description of this video for that information. Just say, hey, I want to join the Discord, and I will give you the information for that. I will be live streaming tomorrow between 9:15, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time to about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So tune in to get live technical analysis news, see if my predictions tracked, and much, much more, and hang out with the fam. We have a great time while we're watching the market. So if you want to be a part of that, hit us up. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like, and let me know down in the comments below what you think about the China contagion. Do you think that Evergrande is a problem? Do you think that the China stock market bleeding is a problem? Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. I really want to hear your opinions, thoughts, and theories. So please let them know in the comments below. And if you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. And I appreciate you if you did manage to watch the end. And as always, y'all, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out.